That was a two-parter, though. What was the other question? For fun, not anime-wise, or does it matter? Oh, anime. Or video game. You know, I like shoot 'em up kind of games. You know, like SOCOM and stuff. But I mean, I don't really have a lot of time either. But I did like a while back. I was playing Kingdom Hearts. This was like a few Christmases, like when it came out. And so like I played it, you know, and I got really far. And then there's a point where you have to keep like, I don't know, fighting so that your energy and health goes up. And I got bored with having to fight the same dudes over and over so I can make that longer so I can actually be strong enough to beat one guy. And then I was like, I'm not gonna play it anymore, or I'll do it later. And then I got part 2, but I can't play 2 until I finish 1, so. So I don't think it's ever gonna happen. I didn't even unwrap it. I'll sell it to you. It hasn't been touched.
Yeah, most of mine are still in the shrink wrap.
Okay. Which is harder, or which is what you enjoy? Post-dubbing or pre-dubbing when you do your voices?
I like them all. I really do like the freedom, though, in creating the character from scratch. Like when I did Nero in Devil May Cry, it was just... Yeah, thank you. Not only was it cool that they flew me to Japan to do the motion capture, but it was like, it was just a script, you know, and it was like, oh, so I can do whatever. If I want to make him cry, I'll make him cry, you know, or if I want him to scream, I'll make him scream. So it was like kind of my choice. I mean, the director obviously guided me and that kind of thing, but there's a lot of freedom to play the character, you know. And so, whereas if I'm doing Ichigo, if the character's yelling, I have to make him yell, otherwise it's going to be weird. So, you know, yeah, so I do enjoy, I think you know, I guess original animation or those kind of situations are much more fun for me.
They both have a different challenge, but as artists, the more flexibility, the more leeway we have, obviously the more we like it. So we can really put ourselves into the guy. I do a show, I do a role on a show called Life and Times of Tim, which is it's ridiculous, but I think it's on the HBO, and the animation is pretty awe-inspiring. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's like Peanuts. But you know, they're in there with the video camera, and I mean, we just ad-lib like crazy, you know, and we're all in there, and we're just working out. And for an artist, that's probably about the ultimate situation, that they just tell you, you know, you have your framework, and they just tell you to go. And you're in the room with a lot of very talented people, like Steve said. You know, everybody is so full of stuff. And it's just a great joy to work that way. And of course, when you're dubbing something that's already been done like that, the challenge is to make it interesting and creative and to put yourself on it. But as Johnny said, you're pretty restricted. If you're screaming, you have to scream. You know, you can't adjust it.
What they said. For me in anime, when I get frustrated, having to adhere to what's, you know, already been done before, I just end up doing a lot of bloopers, and so I'll just make up stuff. And fortunately, we have to go fast enough to satisfy the directors. And fortunately, I'm able to go fast enough where I can get away with doing a lot of bloopers and still get the job done in time and not waste everybody's money. But for me, that's how I keep myself entertained. Is I just make up stuff and I make it fit in the mouth, and everybody laughs, and it keeps it interesting for me. But otherwise, it can get very, very technical, because you know you're having to do 3 different things simultaneously to make that work with the lip flaps, and it's a challenge. Technically, it's a challenge to do where you can just go crazy in pre-light.
You're talking about, you know, we're artists and we want to create, and we're down there talking about a flap. You know, there's another flap. Okay, well, we got to rewrite this because there's an extra flap. So.
The blue coat over here.
Yeah, it might be too similar to another question, and maybe they can throw it out. But do you guys have like a particular voice that you've created, not necessarily one that you use for a character, but just experimenting, something that you come up with that you
have a character that just arrived, and I've been driving my family and friends crazy with this guy, and he's engaging, man. He's very engaging, and he's very much in love with himself, you see. And he talks to people like this, and he's kind of a combination of John Voight, Rosanna Dana. And so if I was to see you in a bar, I'd say to you, you know what? You look very engaging. And you are so engaging that you're causing me to be very engaging. So I think what we should do, we should sit down, we should have a drink. I will pay for it, of course. And we will get to know each other, and together we both will become more and more engaging.
I am engaged. For me, I have to do so many characters on a daily basis in some of these shows that I get to try out almost everything. So I don't know if I really play with stuff at home that much on my own unless I'm doing auditions. And I feel like I've exhausted everything until I get into the booth and they show me a picture of something, and that's what usually triggers it for me, is they show me a picture of something or they give me a description of something, and all of a sudden something will come out that has never really occurred before. So I don't go around the house really making those noises as much as I used to. Earlier on in my career, I'd have all kinds of voices floating around in there, and now I'm vomiting them out all the time, so I try to leave them in the studio. But the only one I would say that I really held on to for a long time would be Guillermine from Digimon. I did that voice for years and years and years, and then finally I got to use it on a show. I was so excited. Yeah, so...
You actually like walked around the house talking like that?
I did.
Before you...
I did voice messages, I would do prank calls, yeah.
I'm going to tell my family about that. I say, you think I'm obnoxious? Does Trina know about that, right?
Yeah.
No. I don't. I mean, I really don't. I mean, if I remember, I don't know what it was. I worked on some show and some guy sounded funny and I started making fun of him. And things like that stick, but I can't really think of anything, you know, that I do. I don't do much.
Well, you know my answer. It would be engaging, man. Yes. The life and times of engaging man. You can follow me around during the day. You can follow me around in the evening. And we will have fun together. And you will also become engaging because you are watching me.
I would say something with ninjas and pirates and engaging man.
I don't have anything, I don't know. Yes.
Have you guys know any voice actors? I mean, I didn't see you for a long time. Any other voice actors from any of the other shows that you guys have done? Any,
In dreams?
Dreams.
Oh, drinks. I thought you meant in dreams.
Is there any other way to get to know a voice actor?
Yeah.